John Fisher has ruined the Oakland Athletics. He is an absolute embarrassment, and he should be removed from his position as the owner of a Major League Baseball team. He's owned the team now for 20 years. And in that 20-year span, he has done absolutely fucking nothing. The team went from perennial contenders in the early 2000s, and when he bought the team in 2005, suddenly they just fell off the map and became a below 500 team. I guess I'm kind of in the way. Hold on. Let me move myself. They missed the playoffs in 2005. They did make it to the ALCS in 2006. And then they missed the playoffs for the next 5 years. John Fisher has been nothing but one of the cheapest owners in the history of Major League Baseball, probably. It's so crazy. In 20 years, his team has only made it to the playoffs 7 times. Only 4 of those times did they get out of the wild card round. And then he had the one ALCS appearance back in 2006. Otherwise, the team has been at the bottom of the barrel. This is a team with over 100 years of franchise history. And now John Fisher is moving the Athletics out of Oakland. Now, obviously, all 100 plus years of that history, they weren't always in Oakland. At some point, they were the Philadelphia Athletics, but they were Oakland for a very, very, very long time. Oh, I forgot about Kansas City. They also had a few years in Kansas City, but they were in Oakland since 1968. That's their home. California was their real life home for the Oakland A's. And since John Fisher took over, they have been an absolute dog shit team. 2024, they had the lowest payroll in Major League Baseball. 2023, lowest payroll in Major League Baseball. 2022, second lowest. Look at that. John Fisher spending slightly more than the Baltimore Orioles in a very serious rebuild year for the Orioles. And then, the year before that, 23rd in the league. 2020, 25th in the league. This guy never took them out of the basement for money spent. I went back and looked at all the years of his tenure, and they were always in the bottom 10 of payrolls in Major League Baseball. This is a multi-billionaire. Okay, this is a guy that can afford any type of payroll and just refused to actually spend money on the team. I cannot stand it when owners will not spend money on their team. Why did you even buy the team? What was the point in buying the team? You're obviously not a sports fan. I mean, obviously the point is they're trying to make money. They're just making money on the team, and they're not actually giving a shit about the fans, about the team, about the players, about anything. But I think that is absolutely ridiculous. I feel like Rob Manfred, who is a fucking jerk off and a complete joke of a commissioner anyway, so this would never happen. But he should never allow an owner to spend such little money. There should be a salary floor in baseball the way there is in like basketball. These owners shouldn't get away with this, especially since they're also getting a portion of all the other teams' profit with the profit sharing. That's absolutely absurd. So a guy like John Fisher can sit there at the bottom of the entire league, have his payroll at the very, very bottom, and never field a competitive team. It hurts the parity of the league. It hurts the league in general. And then it allows for things like John Fisher just deciding, fuck Oakland. If the city is not going to buy me a stadium, I'm going to fucking move. Are you joking? You're pretending that you can't afford to pay for a stadium? This is a multi-billionaire. This is a fucking embarrassment to threaten the city, and then he wants to go to Las Vegas. Baseball would have put a team in Las Vegas anyway. Baseball needs to expand. They need an expansion at some point soon. They've been talking about it. That's been rumored for years and years and years. The fucking Las Vegas would have had a team. So that's not the reason. The reason is he thinks it's going to make him more money. He thinks it's going to make him more fucking money. So he's trying to be the hero of Las Vegas. And let me tell you something. The Vegas Stadium it's not even for sure. It's not even for sure yet. So what is baseball allowing to happen? Like, what is Rob Manfred allowing this man to do? He's going to move to Vegas so that he can make more money while he's in Vegas, attract more tourists, attract more people to come to games, have a brand new stadium that he didn't have to pay for, do all these things, but he's still going to field a team that does not have any type of payroll. Guaranteed, there's still going to be a losing team because he is a fucking loser owner. And now they're playing in Sacramento for the next couple years. Instead of continuing to play in Oakland, they decided to just ship the team out because they didn't buy us a stadium. So we're going to fucking like go ahead and try and hurt them by taking the team out of there 2 years early or 3 years early, or maybe even longer because they don't have the stadium set up in Vegas yet. I don't believe they have a contract to get a stadium anymore. They did have a deal, but I believe it fell through. I don't know. I'd have to look that up. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that's the last news that I heard about it. And they're not even going to be called the Sacramento Athletics. They're going to play in Sacramento for 2-3 years, whatever it is. And they're not even going to be called the Sacramento Athletics. They are now going to be referred to as the Athletics. That's it. That's all you can give them. You can only refer to them as Athletics. You can use A's as a second reference, and the ATH is the approved designation for the Athletics. This is absolutely fucking absurd. This is so insane. This is just like when the Washington team renamed to the Washington football team. The reason that they named themselves that was because they had an offensive, fucked up ass name and they had to change. Now, they should have picked a mascot. And by the way, Commanders, whack. That's all. The Washington Commanders. Come on, man. Come on. You guys could have done better. But you might as well have just called yourself the Washington football team, because at least that was funny, since you're the joke of the fucking league. At least at that time. They're a little better now. But either way, the Athletics, just calling yourself the Athletics, you're not even the Sacramento Athletics. You know why? Because they're not playing in a real fucking major league stadium. They're playing in a minor league stadium. Like, at least give the city of Sacramento the fucking name for the temporary time that you're going to be there. But really, you should have just stayed in Oakland. Let the fans have the extra year or two. You're taking away how many years is that? Almost 60 years of history from fans that have been fans for their entire lives. It's such a fucking embarrassment. And you cannot fucking tell me that the Athletics wouldn't make enough money to field a competitive team if John Fisher just built a fucking stadium himself. If they just had a real team that they were fielding, people would actually come to the stadium. Even if you didn't build another stadium, people would come if you had a competitive team. Sort of. That stadium was dog shit. That stadium was such a fucking wreck. That should have been changed 20 fucking years ago. That should have been changed when John Fisher first bought the team. But he's just a piece of shit. He's just a billionaire that isn't willing to spend his money. Why? Because he needs more money somehow? I don't know. I just think it's a fucking embarrassment to the league. I think it's an embarrassment that John Fisher is still allowed to be an owner in Major League Baseball. Rob Manfred should do something about this, but we know he won't because he doesn't give a shit about baseball. It's a business money-making operation for him too. He gets paid by baseball. He doesn't give a shit about baseball. He never has. You know, don't forget, he called the fucking World Series trophy a worthless hunk of metal. Okay? So fuck Rob Manfred, and also really fuck John Fisher. What a terrible owner. Absolutely awful, awful bullshit. And I'm sorry that you guys are going through this, Oakland A's fans. I really feel for you, and I hope that one day there's some sort of justice for you and you guys get a team or something that, you know, some sort of expansion team or something like that. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you on the next video.